Gravitas, co-presented by Skoda. Kushaq, choose what really matters.
Meanwhile, in the United Kingdom, the fuel shortage is going from bad to worse. Thousands of petrol stations are dry. Why is that? Because the Great Britain does not have enough drivers to transport fuel, and the crisis has become so big that British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is expected to now call in the army to transport the fuel and tackle the shortage. Here's a report.
The lines outside British fuel pumps just keep getting longer. The British government denies that there is a fuel shortage in the country. But these signs tell a different story. On Monday, up to 90% of British stations across major English cities had no fuel. British citizens are getting frustrated with the wait.
I've literally been waiting for petrol for 3 days. Like all weekend I've had no petrol, literally on zero, but we've been driving around trying to get him to school and trying to get petrol at the same time.
It's ridiculous, you know. I've just turned up, going to work normally, got 20 miles of fuel left, because can't get any in Milton Keynes where I actually live. Come down here, you've just got to get in the queue now, haven't you?
Politicians are urging motorists to stop panic buying petrol, saying there simply is no shortage of fuel, and there has been some shortages for the HGV drivers. Now that's heavy goods vehicle, and they have a different license from the regular driver's license, and that has been the issue.
The crisis could be here to stay, unless the Johnson government decides to call in the army. London is seriously considering this plan. It is called Operation Escalin. Under this, hundreds of soldiers could be drafted from the British forces. They'll drive a reserve fleet of 80 tankers and supply fuel to the stations. Already, trainers from the British Ministry of Defence have been called in to accelerate training of drivers. The British government has taken more steps. Competition rules for the fuel industry have been lifted. A new visa program has been announced. The UK will give 5,000 visas to foreign truckers who can transport fuel tankers and food. But those decisions might take weeks to deliver. The opposition says the government isn't doing enough.
And I'm astonished that the government, knowing the situation, is not acting today. The Prime Minister needs to say today what he's going to do. There are 100,000 vacancies for drivers. There are shortages. So I say to the Prime Minister, we need a concrete plan today to deal with this problem, because otherwise this is going to go on till Christmas.
It is not just the fuel industry that has suffered due to the shortage of drivers. Across London last week, shelves in supermarkets were empty. In August, restaurant chain Nando's had to close 50 of its outlets due to a shortage of chicken. And fast food giant McDonald's was out of milkshakes. As a member of the European Union, the British had got used to having Europeans deliver their essentials. But after Brexit, the UK will have to recruit and train its own drivers. The Brits are learning how to live on their own, the hard way. Bureau Report, World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.
Gravitas, co-presented by Skoda. Kushaq, choose what really matters.